Silverback Chronicles podcast. It's your boy Big H. I got my brother Triple C and my brother Dre.
I mean, we brothers, right?
Word.
But okay.
What's good, bro?
Chilling.
Triple C, what's good, baby?
Maintaining, chilling, bro.
All day, every day. Peoples, we back another week. Don't forget, this is season 4. We back again. We got a special freaking guest, man. Our brother, he's been here. He was on one of our early episodes in the 30s.
He's a two-timer.
32. This is the second 2.0 files of brother Albino. What's up, baby?
What's up, guys? Lovely. Thank you for inviting me back and being here in your house again. I want to congratulate for everything you guys been doing. I mean, over 100, episodes. Just keep on going. 4 seasons. And Hollywood, all that, man.
You're funny.
You guys are doing it, and congratulations. And thank you for having me again here in the show, man.
I want to congratulate you on this sexy ass khaki Second Amendment polo.
Oh, you like
With
that?
the zipper and the Velcro.
Wow,
I mean, with your name over there.
Hey.
Word. But this is the Edwin Files 2.0, bro.
Yeah, we got a lot of things has changed, a lot of things has happened.
No, what's going on with you, bro? Tell the world. What we doing now?
Blessed. I can tell you. That's all I can tell you is blessed. As you know, left BPD in 2020, January. Went to Exelon when I was here last time, remember? As in second protection for the CEOs. Pandemic hit. I got furloughed, then get called back. So, got to do what brother got to do. Got to grind, But, I still have the company, First Choice Home Improvement.
Always.
Always getting it done.
And they do amazing work, by the way. Just want to let you guys know that.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You guys already know. You say it. You heard it on the podcast. You get that discount, come from the family.
Always.
So other than that, just turning, on the other side now. I'm focused now after, as we know, big decision from the Supreme Court versus New York. They made the decision now that...
What decision is that?
Everybody now has the right to wear and carry based on the Second Amendment, right? 'Cause that's a right that we all have.
That's right.
Right?
Got the right to bear arms.
Yeah, and that's it's an amendment that a lot of people has misinterpreted in different ways. Mm-hmm. And of course, politicians and the government, they want to read it to the way that they want to read it, to their side. They don't want to put it's a people's right. Mm-hmm. It's a people's right. And, I just being a firearms instructor, as you guys already know, been certified through, state, local, and I just got certified in 2020 through USCCA. You guys don't know what USCCA, United States Concealed Carry Association. Got certified through them as firearms instructor to teach, concealed carry class. And, it came out great because now with the wear and carry, everybody has to have a mandatory 16-hour class per the state, to get your wear and carry class, permit and, also your HQL. So that's what we're doing now. We're in full force, doing it every weekend and some evening nights, getting the people across, so they can get their training and not only get the training of how to handle a gun or what gun to pick or holster equipment, how to conceal, how to do things legally by the law, but at the same time, know how to properly use that weapon, And like I always tell my students, staying always ready for the battle, always hot, regardless how it is, because like I tell them, just because you're shot doesn't mean the battle's over,
Right.
Got to always be ready. So that's what we've been doing now, full force. And like I said, grinding, holding different types of training. Also, I just got also certified as one of the very few instructors in the state of Maryland to teach women's class only.
Oh, wow.
As we know, females turn to...
How is that?
It's a whole different game. A lot of people think, like, what's the difference between a female and a guy when it comes to shooting? It is. Females, we know, they're more emotional.
Right.
So I want this a section in the class where it's called It's Okay to Cry. As we know, females cry for many different reasons, such as, when they're emotionally, upset or anything like that, they're frustrated, they get memories. Of course, they cry. But part of the class, it says it is okay to cry. But we teach them the whole concept of basically breaking all those emotions so they could properly handle a gun. So they could, if they ever had, a lot of them, some females, they've been through situation, whether it's domestic relationship that they had, they were victimized, something like that, or they saw somebody get killed, they're traumatized, you know what I'm saying? So we help them through that process so they were able to defend themselves, but we got to baby step walk them to the point that they're able to handle a firearm, and not scared of it. Because a lot of females, as you know, and even a man, they hear a gunshot, they jump, they get startled.
Yeah, a lot of men and girls too.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, but so you already know. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. But most important also is letting them know the important. As you guys know, you see on my shirt, my company is called, Second Amendment Firearms Instructor, LLC, and I went base of following that theme of the Second Amendment, which gives us the right to wear and carry. So that's where we at. You always got that smile on, bro. You can't hold it. Oh, bro. You can't. Yo.
I'm thinking about all the dudes that were on the line. And hear that dude.
Hey.
Shit crack off. Yeah, I mean, you get a little, you get a little pee-pee come out of you.
You going to sprint or what you going to
Bro,
do?
you're going to fight or flight. You know how it is. You know how it is. You're going to fight or flight.
It's true, though. It happens.
And it's funny you mention that and you bring it out and we laugh, right? But you guys are still
crazy.
active. You guys are still active. I left in 2020. I miss it every day. I'm not going to lie.
The job? You missed the job?
I missed the job. I miss you guys. I miss the camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss you too, bro.
Just being out there and helping true people and the true victims of,
Yeah.
But things have changed so much in the department, political wise, the city, people are running it right now. So a lot of things have changed and I believe I got out in the right time. So now I'm on the other side of the coin where I'm helping and teaching civilians to be responsible civilians to wear and carry a firearm, because guess what? There's going to come a point in time where they're going to have interaction with you guys.
Right.
And that's why I teach that in the class, like how you're going to interact upcoming with a police officer when you get pulled over. Where if you're not properly concealing and you got the print of your firearms inside, that could be a situation where you're going to have interaction with police because you know how people are, oh, no, he's armed. That's a gun. Recently, 2 weekends ago, we had the incident in A County Mall. The individual had a discharge. An accident. Everybody was running, thought it was an active shooter situation to shut down the whole mall. But
so what actually happened?
Apparently there was he had an accidental discharge. But for me, I gotta say it was he was carrying illegally because if you got a permit and you're a legal responsible citizen that you're carrying,
You should know how to maneuver that gun.
and you should stay there
Right.
and come through. Yeah, I had this an accident discharge. Yeah, you probably whatever's going to happen investigation. But if you leave the crime scene, what is that telling you? Something's up. But is that going to have an effect on what's happening right now with people trying to get the wear and carry?
Absolutely.
As we know, Maryland is not a leader. Maryland is a follower. Maryland follows whatever other states does. As you guys know, New York put a whole bunch. They just submitted for legislation a whole bunch of places where you can't carry in public,
Right.
and they just got overturned by the Supreme Court again, where they didn't want Times Square. They didn't want you to carry in Times Square. What the court said, no, you could carry in Times Square. It's part of your right. So,
whether the court or whether they said you can or you can't, there's guns out there in Times Square.
You know that. I mean, you're from New York. You should know that.
Everybody got a burner.
Everybody got a ratchet.
Stop playing with me. There's a Thule on every corner of Times Square. Like, let's not be fooled. That's what I'm saying. Like these legislators, they don't understand. Like, people been carrying guns. But let me ask you as an instructor, like, you don't get nervous having someone that's never, been around a gun, ever been able to like handle a gun, and then they're in your presence?
Well, that's the beauty. That's the beauty about being an instructor and coming across a whole bunch of different types of individuals, females and males. Where we believe that a lot of more females are stepping up now that they want to wear and carry. And I'd rather teach somebody that has never held a firearm in their life than teach somebody that says, "Oh, I've been shooting last 20 years." Those are the ones that I always get in the class, and I keep them, on my eyes on them always, because those are the ones that hurt me, because they want to do their thing their way and they don't want to follow instructions. But it doesn't scare me at all because as an instructor, my job is to always be close to my student, feeling comfortable that they're doing things right. I could show you tons of videos and pictures that I take with my students that I teach them step by step, like a baby. You crawl, you walk, you run, and then you fly if you want to fly, right? And by the time they leave the class, they feel so confident in 16 hours that they're like, wow, I never thought that I could actually just follow the instruction you gave me, and I'm getting shots dead on. Because people gotta understand, being a marksman is one thing, and self-defense is a whole different game. What does a marksman have different from a self-defense situation?
Time.
Distance.
And also someone not
time,
shooting
distance,
back.
right? So he has all the time. So he could
Knowledge, everything.
He could get all his fundamentals right. But guess what? In a self-defense situation where, your awareness got you in a situation where you're already in the hot zone and you got nothing but you got to defend yourself because you can't retreat, most of your fundamentals going to go out the window. But that's where I come in. I make sure that even underneath stress, you could keep your fundamentals together. You know, get that weapon out of your holster, however you decide to carry, and get it on target quick, and get those shots easily on target.
Get them shits off
and make them effective. You know,
Right.
Because that's the thing. It ain't like you're just gonna pull that trigger. Oh, I let go of the whole magazine. That's it. No, I want you with your first 3 or 4 rounds. You know, get them effective on target so you could, you know, take that threat out.
Absolutely.
And that's the whole goal, you know. But it's easy when it comes to that aspect.
What made you want to get started in doing that? Have you always wanted to be like, you know, an instructor? And I know your history, you've always been squared away with the with shooting.
Well, you guys already know from the last episode when I was here and I was in the department, you know, I did get certified through MPTC up in Sykesville. One of the most intense firearms instructor school I've been to. Great people, great knowledge, and I made it through. And I always have a passion for, you know, firearms. You know, I'm a firearm enthusiast myself and got a whole bunch of weapons, and I like to be, you know, safe around firearms. And you guys know me, I'm not selfish. You know, I love to share my wealth and my knowledge. So whatever you need from me, you ask, you're going to get. You know, I don't got money to give you right now, but if you need money, we'll make it happen. We'll find one way. But when it comes to my knowledge, what good does it do for me to have all this knowledge and not share it? You know, especially with guys like you, brother. Like I keep on telling you guys, yo, let's get to the range, make time, let's go. You know, because we're always thinking, you know, that's never gonna happen to me. I'm never gonna be involved, guys. We're living in 2022, and as you guys know, things are getting rough out there. You know, you just never know. A lot of situations are happening, and you don't know we're gonna be in that moment where you're gonna be in a 7-Eleven, a Target, the movies, church, and you got to use, you know. But you got to get your family to safety with your family because that should be your priority, always number one. It's you and then your family, your loved ones, you know. But you also got to know, and I teach that in the class of, you know, third-party encounters. Do you want to get yourself involved in third-party encounters? That's a whole different ballgame because now you could also be seen as the suspect and not as the victim or, you know, the person who was trying to help, you know, the other person being victimized. So you got to know how to operate during those circumstances, the situation, and how you're going to get out of it, you know, and how you're going to react when the police gets there. And that's part of my training also. You know, being ex-law enforcement, I got that blessing that I could let them know this is what's going to happen, you know. But right now, today, we live in a world, there's so much cameras everywhere, you know. So that's, make sure, like I tell them, make sure you stick with your story. Your story matches what happened because we got cameras everywhere, you know, and basically teach them a lot about the law. The law's one thing because if you're going to carry a weapon, but you don't know what the law states, when you could and you can't engage, you're going to get trouble. You will get arrested.
Get jammed up.
I tell my guys all the time, you guys know if you're involved in a shooting, defending your life, they're going to take you in, you know, probably in handcuffs, depending on the police, you know, they're going to take you in for questioning. And your story has to match what the crime scene says, you know, and what the evidence says that they recollect along the way. Because if something doesn't match up, if there wasn't an immediate like danger right now present, and there's 3 elements that they got to prove so they won't be charged and they'll be good. The first one is immediate danger, like right now. Like we're sitting here, somebody kicks in that door with a gun. It's right here, right now. Did we provoke it? No, we're here chilling, right? We're having this podcast, and we didn't provoke nothing. That's your number 2 element right there, okay? And then you got to respond, defend yourself with reasonable force. When I say reasonable force, you know, force on force, like if they got a gun, you got a gun. Is that reasonable force? So if they got a knife and you got a gun, can you bring a knife to a gunfight? No. So if your life is in danger, you got to be able to meet those elements. And that's case law. It's state versus Faulkner. It's a state law in Maryland. Maryland State versus Faulkner, which talks about that case that allows those 3 elements for you to know to come out safe in a basically a self-defense situation. Because as we know, Maryland doesn't have no self-defense law. You guys know that, right? And you guys know that this is a retreat state. So you got to do everything within the law. So you got to retreat. You got to show to the prosecutor that you do everything in the law and with your means that you tried to escape, but you had no other choice but to defend yourself. You know, it's like I say, I used on the analogy 3 letters, AED. You know, it's not like the defibrillator. AED, you know, you avoid, you escape, and then you defend. You know, but like you said earlier, one of the things a marksman has, he has time, he has distance and all that. But when you're in a self-defense situation, distance is your best friend. But how do you avoid distance? How do you get all this so you avoid a whole situation? How do you get that?
De-escalating.
Not just de-escalating, it's awareness. Because instead of you jumping out of that car real quick to go get a coffee from Royal Farm or 7-Eleven, why don't you take your time? Let's put it not that. Let's put it not get the coffee. Go get gas. As you pulling into that gas station, you should be looking, your awareness, your sensors should be up. Because as we know, a lot of things are happening. Carjackings. How many cars have been stolen with the kids inside of them from gas stations? Carjacking. So your awareness kicks in. And this, you gotta be aware. So there's 4 levels of awareness, which most of, I'll say, in the 90% of people walk in every day, which is the white color code, which is color white. It's like walking around on their cell phones and you see it, earpods on. Yeah, they're not aware, right? No, we shouldn't be walking like that because when can we, sir?
Yeah.
Right? When the shit hits a fan,
Oh, you can definitely say shit.
you know, when the shit hits the fan, you're gonna be in problems. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you gotta try to keep, your awareness up. So
It's just the mindset you want to give civilians when taking that class.
Right.
yeah, but it's just getting them aware because it's also being ready for that if factor.
Yeah.
What if? What if this happens? And as patrol officers, when we were patrol, you're driving to that call. You should be in your mind already thinking, what if this happens? Then we had an incident a couple of weeks ago. Officer got shot in Eastern District in that mental case.
Yeah.
Didn't they say the guy was armed with a weapon?
Yeah.
Officers still put hands on, he shoots him in the leg, right? Yeah. I don't know the whole story, just what I heard on the news. But, you see, you got to be ready. What if this happens? Good thing they reacted quick. Hey, I give them kudos. They didn't shoot the suspect. Okay, they took him in custody. The officer's okay, which is good. And that's a blessing. But all those factors, in the civilian side, you got to be very aware. Don't put yourself in a situation. Make sure you have a plan that if this happens, like we always do when we go to a restaurant, what we're always looking at, checking for what?
Exits.
All the exits, right?
Yeah.
Wherever you sit, you want your back towards nobody. You want your back, and especially with your family, right? You want to know because you want to get them out of trouble, and we don't want to stay there as civilians wearing a carry and get in a situation with our family involved because right now, at that point in time, you got to be focused on that threat. Because if you're with the family, you didn't get them out of danger quick. But guess what? If you got them out of danger, why didn't you leave?
Right.
Because that's what the state attorney is going to do. You had an opportunity to leave, and you didn't leave. You decided to stay and engage the suspect.
That's like that viral video. I don't know if you saw it. I want to say it was DR. It was definitely a Caribbean place. This guy's on a date with this girl, and he's
my goodness.
on a white chair, and the shots rang off.
Now, the dude came in to rob the place.
He came in to rob him.
And he got up and got the fuck out of there and left Shorty there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Clean too, wasn't he? He didn't say it was like.
Now he left and then
he
came
took
back
it
after the
smooth.
robbery was done.
Yeah, he
He must have been in Maryland.
well, just remember, you look at those things. It's just here in Maryland, they want you to, avoid, escape, and then defend yourself. But in the situation that you got no other choice, you're gonna have to interact. But that's where I want for them to get real good at, and I emphasize on a lot of training, even doing drills at the house. Getting some dummy rounds and unloading your gun. Make sure it's unloaded. Keep your live ammo away from the room when you're gonna be drilling. Put some dummy rounds in that. How am I gonna do if a malfunction? I do that in the class. Some of them they think they're gonna come to my class and sit and take notes all day. No, they're not. I got 16 hours. You're gonna sweat. You're gonna be bending over, picking up dummy rounds, magazines, and reloading and loading and coming through a malfunction.
Do you think 16 hours is enough, or you need more?
I believe 16 hours is enough for as far as the carry permit. But do I believe it should be constant training? Do I believe that the state should amend some type of legislate some type of law that they mandatory yearly shooting to qualify? Because remember, we all go through different mental states and illnesses, and our body will get into an accident or something like that. God forbid, you could lose an arm or limb, so you not be as functional. So as an instructor, I could determine where you're functional, but to continue carrying, wear and carry. Because that's one thing I look at in my class. I'll be looking at all my students, and when I see the clowns, get out of here. I tell them, I'll refund you your money. I don't need you here because I'm not going to put my license on the line certifying somebody that I know could be a problem for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, you guys right now, that's another thing. Law enforcement has a big challenge right now. I know you guys are short, and I feel for you guys. I'm always praying for you guys, and I always... Going up, driving home, I'm acting like still a cop when I see, Blue has somebody pulled over on the side and they're alone. I stay behind, brother, and make sure that that guy gets out of there safe because I'm still blue, regardless. You know, I still got my loved one in the apartment. You know, may always God protect her. You know, and she comes home safe every night, and that's all I pray for. You know, I love her to death. I would hate, you know, something will happen to her, and that's why I'm so overprotective. You know, and when it comes to blue, you know, blue is always going to be my color, and that's my family. You know,
but that's awesome, bro. Wow. So you've been in business now for how long?
In business, you know, with the company, Second Amendment Firearms Instructor, we've been hardcore since like as soon as the Supreme Court the decision. I think I started early July because Governor Hogan in July 5th is when he signed the legislation taking the good substantial reason to obtain a wear and carry in Maryland. So of course, applications and people started getting trained went through the roof. Right. And if you guys don't know, since July till now, to October 3rd, it's been over 65,000 applications submitted.
In the state alone?
In the state alone, yes.
Oh, they were turning you down regardless. They was like, no. So people were putting in 4 and 5 and 6 times. Now they
let me ask you, being on both sides of this thing, do you think it will drive crime down? Like now that there's civilians out there, let's say responsible civilians, now that there's civilians out there that are carrying, do you think that would drive the crime down? Because I know like the big thing has always been like, oh, look, it doesn't really happen in Texas because everybody's armed. And it's like nobody really wants to get into a gunfight. It's an
open carry state.
Right. So now that we're kind of like moving towards that like direction.
Do you guys know that Maryland is an open carry state? Maryland is not a concealed state. You guys know that, right? Check the law. Maryland is a wear and carry state. So basically, if you want to walk around with your gun outside, you can.
I did not know that.
But is it wise? No, it's not. Why you want to carry around you? First of all, you're going to have all those people out there scared. Like, why is he, they're going to think you're a cop or anything like that. Or second of all, why would you want to show what you got? Because who's going to be the first target? It'll be you, right?
It's gonna be you.
So there's a lot of elements that we covered, and touching that question you said, I believe the answer is yes and no. Here's the reason. If they're responsible with carrying that weapon, if they have continuous training, that they want to make sure that they know how to handle that firearm, how to probably get those shots on, being responsible, so we don't have another situation like that, we had in that mall, accidental discharge. And it could happen to anybody, an accident. But there's going to be individuals that's still going to go underneath the radar.
Always.
They're still criminals,
yeah.
But they stay out of trouble, but they still got that criminal mentality where their ego, their mouth is going to get them in trouble. And just because they got a gun on them, what do you think is going to happen? Mm-hmm. So now it's going to be a factor and problem for you guys, because when you guys get to a situation and there's an individual that acted and a wear and carry person, like, okay, but what happened here? But you see things about, he was the one that just started initiated the whole thing. So it's going to be, it's going to be a challenge for you guys. That's why you guys need to be trained more in reference to the new law and how to interact. It's going to be big, because interacting with individuals that got to wear and carry, because part of the law says it real clearly. You have to carry your wear and carry permit on you when you got your gun on you. If you don't have and it's actually an article, a public safety article in the law that states if you don't have your wear and carry, you could get arrested for that. You have to have your you can't just leave your house with the gun and leave your wallet at home.
But the gun and ammo still need to be separated from each other, right?
No, when you wear and carry, you're hot. When you wear and carry, you're hot.
Wow.
You're hot. You're ready to go. Wear and carry permit. It ain't, we talking about HQL. You get your HQL, that's only from your house to wherever the place going to be doing business, a range or whatever, a gun shop dealer to get it fixed or anything like that. That's different. You got to have the ammo separated from the gun.
Right.
That's HQL. But when you get your wear and permit carry in Maryland, you got that gun on you all the time, hot, like ready to fire. And that's what's going to be a lot of problems, because, you guys should be now on the lookout more, looking at people's, waistbands. Now winter's coming around the corner. First winter with so many people being armed, it's going to be a challenge for police officers, because you got a lot of smart asses out there. They're going to give them that attitude. Yeah, I got a permit and what? They don't know that a police officer, they stop you. They can still take you out of the car, hold that gun for safety until the vehicle stop is over. Because if you were displaying a whole bunch of characteristics of, we know when we pull somebody over, we take a couple of seconds to watch, and you see something, the shoulder dip, lunge, they already got you nervous, right? You know,
everything.
when we come out of the patrol car, right? When I used to be patrolling, we're always high, right? Our guard, we're ready to go because we don't know who we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to go deal with ding dong that thinks that he has the permit to carry. He's going to talk to you, whatever he wants. There's a great video that I got from Louisiana about a guy that, I got showed in the class. He's armed. The police officer pulls him over. He could see the gun clearly. And in Louisiana is a mandatory state that you gotta notify the police that you're armed, that you gotta wear and carry. Maryland is not one of those states. Maryland, you don't have the duty to notify the police officer that you're armed.
But you should tell them to do that.
And why? Tell me why we should tell the police that we're armed.
Because we need to know that first and foremost.
Safety,
it'll
right?
bring down our threat level.
And the safety, right? Your safety and my safety, you're going to see. Because a lot of times, if you carry like me when I'm carrying, I'm always carrying at 3 or 4 o'clock. And where do I carry my wallet? On my back pocket, right? Mm-hmm. So if I got to get my driver's license, I got to go through the side of that gun. So I got to learn, just for your safety and my safety, I got handgun on me, a firearm, and it's on my right side. And where you want me to get my license from, I got to go near my gun. How you want to handle the situation?
Right. I think that's just common courtesy,
But it's
common courtesy.
And the thing about it, you're gonna see it. You would think it's you've been doing law enforcement for a while now, so you would think it's common courtesy. But people gonna go through this class, and they're not gonna do nothing else. Okay, they're not gonna do no dry fire. They're not gonna go to range. They're not gonna do nothing.
They
and they're gonna
want that card.
Yeah, they just want to say I'm armed, and you're gonna
it's
see
like a license, and you still drive like an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. You said it perfectly. You said it perfectly. But
it's up to that officer's professionalism to identify and ask those key pertinent questions and handle things accordingly.
But even when I went to go get my permit, the same thing that Edwin was saying. I was taught, remember, by a 27-year veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband was one. She knew my godmother. They on the phone talking. So it became, she's good. This is like family. So my mentality and everything she was saying, she was hard on everything I was doing. You get pulled over, this, that, and the fourth. You can't like smoke and do this and the fourth. I was like, I work for the government. She was like, oh, okay, I didn't. But she had to just tell me because a lot of people, again, like you said, these are the things that officers going to encounter, even from me being a civilian side. My hookers think now because, quote, weed is legal, even though it's not, it's just relaxed. But they're going to be out there smoking and have a gun. You're not supposed to do that. You can't do it.
Yep, you can't.
But you see what I'm saying? For the officers out there to understand, like, no, that means that now they could become a liability to you and everybody around you. So that's not legal. So like he's saying, like, you know what I mean?
As a matter of fact, if you got a cannabis card, right, legally, prescription, got it from a doctor, right, they will not give you your wear and carry. You can't get it. There's people that are actually revoking their cannabis card because they want to get the wear and carry.
Mm-hmm.
We know what the state is saying? Okay, go ahead and revoke it. We're not going to give you the license. Why? Who's going to say they're going to stop smoking? And we know still weed is illegal in the federal level, right?
Well,
you
not federal anymore.
Biden
trying to change the language.
No.
Well, I mean,
Biden about to switch that up.
Let me clear that up for y'all. You are not getting a federal job. I don't care what they do and how they do it. It's still illegal. I'm not going to say you can't get a federal job, but it's still illegal. Yes. It's until they remove that from federal law.
I mean, Biden was talking about that the other day.
The Drug Enforcement Agency still lists it as a schedule. Until they take it off the schedule, there's nothing we can do.
No, it's still a Schedule 1, but what he's trying to do is change the verbiage to take it from a Schedule 1. Because it's not fentanyl. It's not those high, powerful drugs.
Right, it's not heroin.
It's not.
Not
even close to it.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny you saying that because we know, cocaine is Schedule 2, right? And you got weed is on top of cocaine.
One.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
They really do need to change the verbiage in that because that fucked a lot of people.
Because back in the day, it was the devil's lettuce,
But it's like everything. It's just like letters. And you're talking about changing those letters. Let's talk about the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment, you guys know when it was written. 1700, right? 1791. That's when the Second Amendment was written. Different times. But it was written then in a way, okay, and it's still being, it's still the same way as today. The guys changed some words because back there it was only states, a couple of states, 13 states back then. Now we got a nation, we got a country now, right? You know, the Second Amendment is what protects us from no other country ever invading the United States. You guys know that? You guys know that there's more guns in the United States, like with civilians, than the United States military has?
That's why we've never been invaded, yeah.
That's why they got to nuke us. They got to bomb the crap out of us. You know, that'll be the only way. But Russia and China could try to come here both. It's going to be probably...
I see a different uniform. I'm shooting out the window. What happened?
You're going to see, and it's crazy. You know, but at the same time, you know, they got different... A lot of politicians, we know, when different political parties are on power, you know, right now we got the Democrats up, they're always going to anti-guns. You know, the Republican comes, you see things changes, you know, but there has to stop that back and forth because right now it's a right that's keeping our nation safe. It's a right that we all have to, you know, protect ourselves, our loved ones, but most importantly, you know, to try to, you know, stay alive from, you know, individuals and people that are trying to take our rights away to, you know, live a normal, you know, life in here, you know, United States of America.
Look up the Minutemen of Massachusetts and the Mountaineers of West Virginia.
Yeah,
literally helped us win. That's how we won.
Well, basically, I got a slide in my presentation, the Minuteman, to the 100,000 rounds a minute man, now modern. You know, so they got that. They still got that vision from back in the days with the muskets. You know, if our people don't know, the Second Amendment was actually what allowed, you know, for us winning the British War against the British, because that militia that they were talking about, it was the people, the right of the people coming together and fought against the British. If it wasn't for the people coming together,
Wasn't that here in Baltimore too?
bro, we would have not won that war.
All 13 colonies.
Yeah,
It was all civilians. It was mainly civilian agencies that, well, not civilian agencies, but
farmers,
civilians.
farmers. Yeah,
But
came
they
together.
didn't know how to look at it like somebody coming into Baltimore now. Like y'all understand being from New York coming into
That's
Baltimore.
why I was
is
for the
different.
Fed Hill.
Yep.
Yeah,
But there was so much
Yep.
different lands,
Yep.
and they just didn't know how to fight on this style of land.
Right.
So they could hide in certain places, do this, that, and the fourth. And they were all civilians that were doing a lot of that stuff. When it was military as well, but mainly it was civilians that were able to hide once they came to land.
Just knew the layout of the land.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Also, our beautiful national anthem was read.
Yep.
amen to that. Yes,
Francis
sir.
Scott Key.
That's right.
So, but
That's dope, man.
yeah, that's what we're doing. You know, I know we're talking a lot. I got here in front of us. You know, I always come with hands full, bro.
Always come bearing
you guys are more than family to me. You guys are brothers.
Absolutely.
You know, ever since you guys brought me and gave me that friendship, and we started meeting in the department. You know, I hold you guys to a different place in my heart. You know, I'm not saying because I'm here with you guys. You know, I always keep in touch with guys, always making sure that you guys are good and your family. I don't only know you. I know your wives, your children.
Absolutely.
And that means the world because you guys have allowed me to come into your temple, which is, you know, it's something that you should always, you got to protect. And that says the world to me. So with that said, I got a couple of things that I always bring. I'm going to start off first with, I'll leave the coins for later. You know, coins, I'm not too worried about that. But this is something that I want you guys to always carry with you. If you want to pass this on, get it. And I want you is the premiere. There's gonna be the premiere. You guys are getting this out of the press. When I tell you out of the press, these are the
Fresh out of the
first
press.
3. Okay, Second Amendment Firearms Instructor LLC shirts
What?
that has come out. The first 3.
So I'm an instructor now?
No. It's not. I'm hooking you up
Am I
with a
helping out
shirt.
on Saturdays, bro?
No, you know, hey, we'll get you to that level one day. All right, we'll get you there. But come right out of the press. So you guys could each have one. I brought 2
It's a nice
extra
color,
large and
bro.
1 XX large. So you guys got a
Damn, look at this.
H. I know you could do the extra large
Tactical pen?
and 2X. I don't know, and
Not
extra
only,
large.
not only did he give us a tactical pen, but it's also with the refills.
No, Papa. Hey. So this is something you guys give that one to I think that's 2X and this is extra large. So however you guys want to do it, but you guys could open it up and see. So I gave you a nice tactical pen. That pen is actually you know, it could be utilized as a weapon, and you got refills to, you know, write with.
Nice.
Punch somebody in the ear
You
with
know, it has a window puncher, as you can see, and then of course
End of it.
you guys
What
have.
color is it, black or blue?
I owe you that, bro. It's gonna be one of those legal colors you can write with. It's not red, but it's a weapon. You see the nice weight to it.
Wow, bro.
Have it always in your pocket. You know, it's more than a pen. It's a weapon.
Take an eye out.
You know,
Yeah.
and then I gave you also a small flashlight. That's LED. You know, if you probably think like this thing's stuck, it takes a AA battery. but you don't need that much light
Right.
when you need to get those shots on, because flashlights just basically to recognize where you're at, locate the target, shut it off, and then get those fires in. You know, that's also additional training. But what you guys believe or not, you guys see me here. You know, I always got to carry a flashlight on me, always.
Yeah, you got that's not the only thing you carry. Either.
Carry a flashlight, always got knife on me. You know, extra magazines, guys.
Word.
And I cover that in my class. You cannot be out there just thinking that nothing's going to happen. You got to be ready. Yeah. And the other thing you always got to have, and I cover that in the class, you know, as part of a small tactical medical kit, where a tourniquet and all that.
IFAK kit.
Yeah, always got to have something, man, in your car everywhere, because you never know what's going to happen.
For my last conversation, you'll see mine with me all, even from football practice. I got my own, but still got my own tactical. Like,
hey, yeah. I mean, I tell that to all the guys, but just, you know, H, you know, you're always out there in your suit and tie, bro. You know, you got, that's the minimum you should have on you. I always told you. You got to have that bag.
You know, I keep it on me all the time.
You know, but you see that's fresh at You see how that nice,
this is perfect.
The bag, the flag representing the side. So, I mean, use it or whatever you want, cut the grass, whatever the hell you want to do with it.
No, not at all. Take it out.
But,
that was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, just, that tells you how much love there is. This are coming just out of the press. Like,
thank you, brother.
I call the people that's doing it. I said, look, I need three shirts before 8 o'clock tonight.
Wow.
You got the flag on the right side.
You know, you already know.
Fire.
But yeah.
Give the people the website, the IG, all that.
Yeah, how can they find you, bro?
I mean,
let the world know.
I'm in Instagram and in Facebook. And my Instagram face is number 2 ND_ Firearms. And then _ instructor. That's how I am in my in Instagram. So
we'll post it for you.
It's 2ND_ amendment. I'm sorry, 2ND_ amendment _ instructor. That's Instagram. You're gonna see I don't post nothing there from me. It's all training wise, all videos, all special.
Not like that guy that was teaching people how to like unarm themselves.
No, that's that.
I was gonna.
You're not doing that,
bro.
You're not doing that.
You know, I get that question in every class.
Hilarious.
You know, he talks about some reality when it comes to how to take a gun out of battery and not make it.
Detroit ever survived driving.
My God.
Oh man. How many times have they shot him in his tone? He's like, no, you're going too fast. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on. He said, I got you. Just hold on.
Just hold on.
You shot him like 3 times already.
And the funny part, he be trying to take somebody's back up like, bang.
Right.
No.
It's like, yo, you're dead already, bro. Relax.
I like how the internet caught up and then like they started posting him and like Edwin. You know, that all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yo, he caught a nice little wave over that dumb shit.
Yeah, he definitely did.
He got celebrities like.
So we're not doing that.
Yeah, no. You know, if that's I say additional training. That's all additional training. It could be done. You got to be confident to do a thing like that. But he is right when he says that just touching the gun slightly, you could get out of battery. And when they pull that trigger, it's not going to go bang.
Yeah,
but guess what? Once you know that and you touch that gun, you're fighting for your life now.
Yeah.
But it's also important.
Not a game.
No, it's not a game. It's also important getting away from that barrel because, like you see him in the training, he's getting shot, right?
He's dead already.
Yeah, but it comes to training. I've been around law enforcement for over 22 years, and I'm gonna put myself in that situation.
Right.
You know, but if I gotta fight for my life, I'm gonna go down swinging because I'm not gonna go down, like with a gun on my hip. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, his defense tactics is pure fucking bloopers.
This is,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yo, YouTube channel.
Oh my
I'm sure
goodness.
there is.
God bless him, bro. You getting away with that bullshit.
Oh no, definitely
Not anymore.
Hey.
It's
It's like,
exposed.
come on, you got to stop. You got little kids doing it now. Stop. Just fucking stop.
Definitely.
Right.
So the other places on Facebook, you can find me on the at Second Amendment FILLC, Firearms Instructor LLC on Facebook, and you're gonna see I post all the flyers of coming trainings. Right now we're holding for October, which is the cancer breast awareness, and I'm holding a special. Anybody who wants to get an HQL, I'm doing it for $100.
Nice.
You know, and then on top of the $100, just because you're my family. They say that you come from, we have the Silverback podcast.
Absolutely.
That's not 10% right there.
Another 10%. Look at that. Another 10%.
Wow.
It's not about the money. Like I said,
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
it's just I just want everybody to be properly equipped, properly trained.
With the matching shots.
And we
Wow.
we got to try to make sure that we stay safe and we cover each other. I hold a whole bunch of different trainings, one-on-ones. Anybody wants to be at the range and one-on-one. Break everything down. We'll make it happen. I got different
That's for the VIPs.
to technology and tools that I use now for training. As far as getting you on site, getting you with, getting those rounds where it counts. Do you guys know that over 86% of the police-involved shootings and self-defense situations are between 9 and 15 feet?
Yeah, it's close quarters. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are looking at me like, damn. And we're cops, right? And I'm former cops, and look
That
at
ain't
every
shit.
video. No, it's not.
That ain't shit.
This room is bigger than 15 feet.
Absolutely.
That's
Okay? This room is bigger than 50 feet. It's
like a telephone
and it's
pole.
been proven. And because you guys seen it at the range, people miss at the 3-yard line.
What?
Okay?
Absolutely.
So
That's why we was laughing what he said earlier about the shooting.
people miss at the 3-yard line, and if you don't practice, if you're gonna carry something, and that's the other thing, make sure what you're carrying, you know what it is. You know that gun good, and if you got like me, got more than one gun, make sure they're almost similar. Where I always say my safety is my finger. I don't carry no gun that has a safety on it other than my finger.
Absolutely.
Because no gun is not gonna kill nobody unless you press what? That trigger, right?
Trigger.
So that's very important, guys. And
Touch point is very important.
I'm always here to educate, anything. You guys know I'm a certified armor still. I keep those certifications up to date to deal with whatever we got to do. And, I'm all about having fun and making sure you guys stay safe. But now I'm the civilian side. So I'm, not that I'll never go against blue because it's not going to happen, because I'll kick people out of my class for that. And I don't allow, discourtesy comments and like that in reference to the police, because I let them know I was there and this is what happened. Mm-hmm. People got to understand how short you guys are right now, and everything happened that basically you guys are patrolling with handcuffs. You can't do nothing like back in the days. It's a whole different day. If you go back to the first episode you guys started recording this, it has changed. It's only a couple of years ago. Yeah. And I did 3 different decades of policing, 90s, the early 2000s and 2010s and 2020s, and saw different things. And it's going to keep on changing. It's getting younger and younger by the day. And they don't got the time to train all these new officers out there to deal with all the situation that they're constantly throwing out there. Right. You heard about Chicago, what they're trying to do about the bail and all that now? You guys didn't see that? That's scary.
It's horrible.
The charges, like, basically got criminals. They put down on Facebook, they put it the ad with the purge theme. Yep. Like the alarm. Everybody's going to be out there basically. Yeah. So just imagine now having a whole bunch of people wearing and carrying. You gotta protect yours,
You ain't never lie.
You gotta make it happen, and And the other thing, I know we always messing around. So you guys know I'm also the general manager for the company traffic plan that I worked at when I left Exelon. Got blessed, and I was given the opportunity to lead this company in Maryland. It's basically a traffic control company. We operate out of New Jersey, but our office is here in Laurel. I'm the general manager here in the state of Maryland. And you guys know me, I'm different. 80% of our supervisors and above are retired law enforcement and all that. But none of them ever thought about a coin. I got the coin coming from Second Amendment. It's going to come, and once it comes, you guys going to get it. I came the one for Exelon. Remember, I brought it to you guys. I gave it to you. Now I'm bringing the one from Traffic Plan. But this one is special because this one is a bottle opener. Nice. So this one, keep it in your pocket.
There we go.
And not just that, it's used. You go to the bar. If you look at it, one side is 3D. So if you put it on top of the table and you spin it, however you want to see it lands, you can tell who's going to pay that bill. So
we can play games with it too.
Yeah, definitely. It's always,
details.
Nothing but love for you guys. I never come in
That's just beautiful.
And we make it happen. We make it happen. But
the beautiful state flag. I love this fucking.
Yeah,
state
don't
flag.
hesitate calling. What classes? Family. I also hold classes for introducing children into the firearms world, getting them since you're gonna be carrying, how they could properly deal with a firearm, just in case you forget, you come home tired and you leave the firearm on top of the counter. As we know, every year the number of child deaths is growing across the United States.
How old would you start training your child?
Your baby girls, they could be good. They're old. Yes, they're old enough to kill that curiosity, because children, that's what gets them that curiosity of how to deal it. And a lot of times come home, working a double and all that. And I know your wife is always paying attention, but we got to teach them. Yeah. With this, for me, if they could understand, they could comprehend, they're good enough to put through the training, because I break it down so they can know it's not a toy. Okay. It's a good class for the whole family. Like I said, I got a lot. Reach out to me, call me, 443-831-3188. That's my cell phone. My cell phone hasn't changed since I've been here. Mm-hmm. I left the department, I get the same number. It's the same one for First Choice Home Improvement, same one for Second Amendment. You know, I try to keep one number. I'm going to be walking around with 3 or 4 cell phones, you know, because I'm still the same albino.
Absolutely.
Holla.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can set up like a silverback shooting day or something.
No, we need that.
We could make an event, bro. Make an event. You know, we could bring people down. Try to, you know, get a group together. We'll make it happen.
Second Amendment.
You know, this place, you know, and now the weather's about to change, which is good.
Yeah.
Now you know who, like you were saying, who's the girls who, and, you know, boys and girls separate from each other, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So-
we should do that. Let's do it.
We'll make it happen and just,
Fire. Yo, thanks for coming back on, bro.
bro. It's,
Your wealth of knowledge is
Right.
everything.
Thank you for the gifts.
And that's just, you know, we're just touching the very tip. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
there's much to it. You know, to the world of firearms, as we know, there's so much to it. And when I say responsibility and being safe, for me, that's key. You know, you're responsible first, and that you're gonna take this serious, but also keep yourself safe. You know, you guys talk about safe. You know, you guys the box you guys were promoting at the beginning. Remember the wild?
Yeah, Stop Box. Shout out to them.
Hey, so
Love you guys.
that's a good way to keep them with the gun safe at home. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep safe. You know, the state of Maryland, they actually mandated part of the class. We got to cover about home safety.
Yeah.
You know, and we got to make sure keep those guns safe away from the kids. So I mean, we all got to be responsible and look out for each other. And just remember, you got to treat each weapon like it's loaded. Doesn't matter who gives it to you.
Absolutely.
You know, always, you know, follow the 4 universal rules, and you're gonna be all right. But don't be like this ding dongs we see on TikTok and Facebook all the time. They'll be looking, oh, this is a nice new gun, and then all of a sudden they rack the slide to the rear. They forgot to take the magazine out. The slide goes forward. So what did they just do? They just load it up around and then they pull the trigger.
Hot.
Yep.
Didn't even know it.
Hey, well, no, they knew it. They're just dumb enough that they're so focused and showing what they got and showing off that they're forgetting about all the fundamentals and the safety rules that they were taught. So,
Wow. Awesome. With that being said, I want to thank my brother Edwin for coming on. The book of Edwin, The Files 2.0, coming out, baby. You want any shout outs before we wrap it up?
oh, no, always, you know, I always told you, my beautiful lady, Monica, you know, she's still in the department. I love you to death. Wherever you be, always be guarded. You know, my heart is always with you. And to my family, my mom, she's at home.
Mom Dukes.
Gonna be going back to Puerto Rico. Not the kids, but more importantly, Blue also. Guys, stay safe out there. Stay safe. Stay always focused and always watch your back.
That's it. Dre.
Peace and love.
Triple C.
Blessed are the peacemakers.
My people, Silverback Chronicles podcast. We love you. We appreciate you. I want to thank my brother Edwin for coming out again. His wealth of knowledge, I'm telling you, is simply amazing. You can't pay for shit like this. I'm telling you.
Definitely can.
It's different levels.
Right. That's a
Stay
fact.
safe. Keep squares out your circle. We love you. We appreciate you. Silverback Chronicles. Love you. Peace out, baby.
The views and opinions expressed on the Silverback Chronicles podcasts are those of the hosts, producers, or the guest appearing on the program. They do not reflect the views and opinions of the federal, state, or local government. This includes but not exclusive to the Department of Defense, Homeland, and the Baltimore City Police Department. The Silverback Chronicles podcast with Dre, Big H, and Triple C. Hit the subscribe button, like and comment.